Eloquently speaking. Welcome back to another episode of Legal Talk, where law meets justice and advocacy becomes action. I'm your host, Dr. Vickie Simon, and today we are talking about a crisis that has been whispered about for years, but it is now unfolding in plain sight. Another young mother in Texas, a woman doing everything she was supposed to do, died because the law would not allow her doctors to save her. She developed severe preeclampsia, a medical emergency that can spiral into organ failure in a matter of hours. Under normal circumstances of care, physicians would intervene immediately, often through an emergency abortion, to stabilize the mother and prevent catastrophic complications. But in Post-Roy, Texas, her doctors hesitated, not because they lacked knowledge, not because they lacked resources, but because they lacked legal protection. The law forced them into paralysis. The threat of prosecution overshadowed the urgency of her condition. So instead of receiving care, she was sent home with a toxic pregnancy her body was actively rejecting. Where her symptoms escalated, her blood pressure surged, and her organs were strained. And days later, it was her son, her 14-year-old child, who found her unconscious, lifeless, and in their home. No family should carry that trauma. No child should discover their mother that way. And no state should allow preventable death in the name of ideology. Her death was not nature's doing. It was not God's doing. It was policy in plain and simple sight. A system that values control over compassion and power over prevention, and a political narrative over human lives. We must say this clearly. When a government restricts medical care to the point that the doctors cannot act until a woman is on the brink of death, the government becomes complicit in the outcome. This is more than just a tragedy. It is a blueprint for a nationwide crisis. This one woman's story is not an outlier. It is a pattern stretching across states with aggressive abortion bans. We are witnessing women turned away during miscarriages, women that are forced to carry non-viable pregnancies, women who are hemorrhaging in emergency rooms while staff consult legal departments instead of medical protocols, doctors that are afraid to intervene until the patient is close enough to death that the law deems intervention acceptable. This is not hypothetical. It is happening in Texas. It is happening in Florida. This is happening in Louisiana, Idaho, Tennessee, and Oklahoma. These are the states that are already deemed maternal care deserts. When you criminalize care, you criminalize survival. When you intimidate physicians, you place every pregnant woman in danger. And when you ignore outcomes, you normalize death. We are moving backwards here, and it is happening rapidly and silently until women die loud enough that the nation finally pays attention. While reproductive rights crumble, another quiet dismantling is happening in education and professional development. Degrees predominantly pursued by women, especially Black women, first-generation students, and working mothers, are being categorized as non-professional, low value, non-essential, and non-marketable. These fields include social work, education, early childhood development, public health, human services, community care professions, family sciences, and many allied health tracks. These are the degrees that hold society together. These are the fields that raise our children. These are the fields that heal our communities and support our families. So why are they being downgraded? because diminishing women's professional power is a strategic way to diminish women's autonomy. If you can limit a woman's right to choose her reproductive path and limit her ability to earn a sustainable wage, you create dependence. And dependence is a form of control. This is not coincidental. This is coordinated. A society that does not value women's lives will not value women's work. A society that does not value women's work will not defend women's rights. We are watching a restructuring of power, and it is happening now in real time. We often talk about murder as an individual act, a weapon, a suspect, a motive. But for women of color, especially Black women, murder has taken on a structural form. So murder today looks like a woman having a stroke because her preeclampsia was dismissed. A mother denied an abortion until she is septic. A woman that is bleeding in an ER while staff debate state laws. A Latino mother turned away from care because she lacks insurance and English fluency. And a Black woman that is forced to carry a pregnancy that she cannot survive. There are systematic killings, slow, bureaucratic, and they are policy driven. That's caused not by crime, but by indifference. Not by hate alone, but by the infrastructure that upholds it. Not by strangers, but by the very institutions sworn to protect life. And yet, these deaths are rarely making headlines. They are rarely inspiring any outrage. And they are rarely leading to reform. Because when women of color die, the system doesn't malfunction. It functions exactly as it was designed to do so. This is reproduction violence. This is structural homicide. And this is state-enabled harm. And America has yet to reckon with it. We must be honest with ourselves. We are living in a moment when rights are evaporating faster than we can organize. And some of us are exhausted. Some of us are overwhelmed. Some of us are in survival mode. But many of us have also been conditioned to accept harm quietly, to navigate the systems that don't protect us, to normalize trauma, and to minimize danger, and to push through conditions that will break most people. And because women, especially Black women, hold communities together, we often put our own survival last. But the truth is, we cannot afford silence anymore. Silence has never saved us. What we need now is not just awareness, but we need effective strategy. Not just grief, but we need people to begin to organize. And we don't just need outrage. We need action. Because right now, we must mobilize voting power. Right now, we must protect reproductive autonomy. Right now, we need to demand professional recognition for women fields. Right now, we need to hold hospitals accountable. Right now, we need to support physicians who support us. Right now, we need to build networks that save lives when systems are failing us. Right now, we need to refuse to accept preventable deaths as the new normal. Guys, the clock is turning backwards. But guess what? We are not obligated to follow it. If today's episode moved you, please organize. If it informed you, please share it. If it challenged you, begin to plan. And if it reminded you that power lives in people, please act. When fear breaks us down, strategy builds us back up. Legal talk isn't just commentary, it's resistance. It's a call to action and a reminder that justice doesn't come from silence. Thank you so much for tuning in to Legal Talk today. I'm your host, Dr. Vickie Simon. I love you, and I'll see you on the front lines of reform. Until next time, stay informed, stay ethical, and keep serving your community.